Hello and welcome to the spring edition of the Mayor's Business Roundtable today here in Surprise. My name is Mike Hoover. I'm the Economic Development Manager for the City of Surprise. I am happy to welcome some fantastic guests from our business community to join us for a fun and enlightening discussion. I also want to extend a big welcome to our viewers and to Mayor Hall, who was elected in August of 2020 in the primary election after being unanimously selected by the City Council in November of 2018 to serve as the mayor of the City of Surprise. He was first elected to the City Council in April of 2008, and he served on the Planning and Zoning Commission for 3 years prior to the City Council. Mayor Hall has a big heart for the business community, and he has spent decades prior to public service in hospitality and real estate, much of which was opening and operating several restaurants and hotels along the West Coast. It is my pleasure to introduce you to Mayor Skip Hall to lead our discussion today.
Thank you, Mike. I'm very excited to be here with these four wonderful small business people in Surprise. So I'd like to begin with some introductions. And if you could just let us know your name, your business, and then let's have a little fun. If you could just take a moment and say something unique about yourself that's unrelated to your business. Could we start with you, Victoria?
Sure. My name is Victoria Connor. I'm the managing member of Infinity Floral Designs. We're located right off of R.H. Johnson and Bell Road in the Crossroads Shopping Center. We specialize in commercial and residential floral designs and gifts. Something unique about myself, I also have a great passion for architecture and interior design. And I have 4 children at home that keep me quite busy.
Oh, no kidding. Okay. Very good. Thank you, Victoria.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, Daniel, please introduce yourself and your business and share a unique fact about yourself.
My name is Daniel Villa. My family owns and operates V Jewelers in the Sprouts Shopping Center. We do fine jewelry. We do custom jewelry. We can do anything from a simple chainsaw all the way to crazy custom elaborate design. Something unique about me that I actually play guitar and bass. So I play at a I play at a local church here in town. So so that's my thing I do.
Okay. Okay, Karin York, you are up.
Hello, my name is Karin York, and I'm the owner of Spencer's Place, a local coffee shop. We employ individuals with developmental and intellectual disabilities, and it's named after my son, Spencer, who is almost 31 years old, one of 4 sons, and I also have a stepdaughter. The most, I think, exciting part of my life is not only going to work every day, but I also love to run and coach cross country at Valley Vista, and I'm going to maintain that as long as I can.
Oh, super. Very good. Valley Vista, the girls just won the state championship in basketball, didn't they, Karin?
Oh, yeah. They're incredible. Incredible. It is one of the most fascinating, exciting games to watch.
Oh, yeah. Ben and Marina, how about yourself?
We the owner, Ben and Marina, we're the owners of Fine Fittings. We're the biggest provider of mastectomy, prosthesis, and wigs for the Cancer Society. The fun factor about us, not everybody knows, but we are a true Brady Bunch family. Ben was a widow with 2 kids, and I was a divorced woman with 2 kids, which were boys, and then we got together and we had another boy. So we're raising 5 boys all together.
Wow.
So it's kind of like a whole basketball team.
Yeah.
And
a lot of
testosterone running in our house. And then we got the puppy, and it's a male puppy as well. So you imagine how I have to deal with 6 male in my family.
That's great. That's great. Thanks for all those introductions. And we'll go to the first question. Could you please describe the moment or event that led you to want to start your business? Victoria, can you get us started?
Sure. The moment that led me to want to start my business, I was working as a financial analyst in Phoenix, Arizona, and the company was celebrating its 50th year anniversary. And it was quite stunning because they started their business in 1967, and they started it with $2,600. And they now have 25 locations, and they are actually one of the fastest growing family-owned businesses here in the Phoenix area. So just learning their story and the background of how they started, it really inspired me to do something not only for my family but my community.
Very good. Thank you, Victoria.
You're welcome.
Daniel, can you describe the moment or event that led you to start your business?
So my mom and dad are actually the ones that started our business in 2005. My dad was born into the business in Mexico, and his entire family was actually involved in the business there. They'd go to work together, they'd eat together, they were literally together all the time. So that business didn't survive. By the age of 16, my dad's parents both died. So at the age of 17, he actually left Mexico and immigrated to the US. And when my brother was born, that's when he made the decision, I want to have that again. I want to have that for my kids. And it took 23 years later, then he was able to open up V Jewelers. And fast forward to today, and my dad's dream came true. Our entire family, we work together, eat together, spend so much time together, and sometimes we even fight a little bit too, I'll be honest.
Sure. That comes with the territory. So you've been open there since 2005, right, Daniel?
So we actually opened up the business in 2005 in Phoenix. But
okay.
yeah. So we've been in Surprise since 2008, actually.
Okay. Very good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Daniel. Karin, could you please tell us how you got inspired to start your business?
I was inspired in about 2006. My son Spencer, who is 30 and he has Down syndrome, was entering high school. He went to Willow Canyon High School that first year. And when he entered high school, I had this realization that I didn't know what happens next. After high school, it would become a whole new territory, whole new realm for me. And I really didn't know where individuals with disabilities go after high school. So that brought a lot of fear and anxiety. And I just felt like I needed to plan for that. And so in preparation, I had this awesome job. I opened up the special ed program at Valley Vista and realized that the transition program, the transition from high school to adulthood needed a lot of work. And we unfortunately don't employ a lot of individuals with disabilities. So I began in 2006 to have this burning desire to do something about that, and then got to work with high school kids and Spencer, and felt that I needed to kind of be a game changer and to provide jobs for individuals with disabilities.
That's great. Outstanding. Ben and Marina, how about yourself?
The inspiration for our business actually came from my mother-in-law, Pamela Brown. She worked out at Mayo Clinic in the Breast Cancer Center. She was noted as the women went through this process, if they weren't a surgical candidate, they had no way of making them whole. So she had the idea of creating a system where she'd provide prosthetics, originally out of her own pocket, and I had the background in healthcare as well as construction and technical as well. So I said, well, we could take this to the next level, and it naturally grew from there into hair care and other things people lose when they go through chemotherapy, to aesthetics, and now we do permanent makeup and all kinds of things. They become a medical aesthetics and hair solutions center, most comprehensive in the country. So
yeah, you do a lot of things. I didn't realize all the things you did until I looked on your website.
Wow. Yeah, it's grown.
So thank you for sharing those stories. The next question is, could you please share your experience related to opening up your business? Let's start with Victoria. Victoria, what was your experience like?
Oh, that was quite challenging. it's not as glamorous as everyone thinks. It takes an awful lot of hard work and dedication and perseverance. You have to be able to be multifaceted because you have to wear this hat of the background of running a business, all the paperwork, the accounting aspect. You also have the staffing and the logistics side of things. But then you also have the customer service side of the business, so which can be quite challenging to toggle back and forth. So it's been quite an experience. It's like a roller coaster, a lot of ups and downs. But like I said, with great perseverance, anyone can do it if they just dedicate themselves to it.
How about Daniel? Can you tell us how your experience opening your jewelry store was?
Yeah, I mean, it was incredibly difficult. My parents literally, I mean, you can imagine, yeah, my parents literally risked everything. My dad quit his job cold turkey. My parents basically risked their home to finance the business, and we opened up and prayed a lot and hoped that would work. I remember when we first opened up, we thought that the moment that we open up, people are just going to flood our store. And we opened up, and maybe one person every day or every other day came in, and I remember sitting around the table. I was only 15 at the time. We'd sit around, did anybody come in today? And yeah, 2 people, 3 people came in today. It's like, oh, that's great. So yeah, it was tough between building and all that. You don't have there's no schooling for how do you build a location and what do you need, and you just kind of rough it and figure it out and hope that it all works. So
Right.
yeah.
Right. So, Karin, what was your experience like opening up your business? I saw you when you were opening it up, so I know
Yes.
I have a little insight into your.
Yes,
Tell us how that went.
You were there a lot for that. Much like Victoria, you have to wear a lot of different hats, and I felt like I was a general contractor, in addition to being a business owner, and really trying to facilitate all the different angles that I never knew. I jumped in full force. I had to leave my teaching position and just really dive in, and then to add the complexity of hiring individuals with disabilities and the many, integral facets that go along with that is another challenge of its own. But I think the greatest challenge was opening 5 weeks before COVID. So we were open, and then, everything changed. We were off to a strong start, and then really had to redevelop our plan. And you have to be fluid and flexible, and you certainly have to have a lot of faith and just kind of trust that it's going to be okay. And there was a lot of trust and faith in that piece.
Flexibility and, like Victoria says, toggling back and forth all the time. Right? Yeah, that's and yeah, COVID changed a lot of things in the retail market and restaurant market. Just amazing. Yeah. But so Ben and Marina, how was your experience opening your
Oh my God! Yeah. These guys had a very, very similar experience to us. We had the added problem of opening up in the middle of the 2008 recession.
Oh,
So we opened up the business, and then for the next year, everyone was being foreclosed on, and nobody could afford much. So the struggles were everywhere, and you did have to be multifaceted and know absolutely everything. It wasn't for the people that helped us out, throwing in their ideas, their ingenuity on a volunteer basis, that it would have been very difficult. People like Pamela Brown and Barbara Hoffman, Linda Simmons, and of course my wife, my first wife, Alana Smith, who had passed away. If that hadn't brought it to this point, we with all of their ideas, we couldn't have made it. But everyone muddled through, pulled together, and we grew from there. And one idea after another made it into what it is today.
Great, thank you, Ben. Thank you. So, hey, thanks for those responses. And let's move on to the next question. The next question is, how did you come to choose to open your business in Surprise? So, Victoria, let's start with you again.
So we connected with FTD, and we joint ventured, and we start building our clientele from there with them as well. So after we joined with FTD, we connected with the landlord here in the Crossroads Shopping Center, and the rest is history.
Excellent. So you saw this void in Surprise where they
Absolutely.
didn't, and you wanted to fill it. Good for you. Thank you. So, Daniel, how about you? Why did you choose Surprise for the jewelry store?
So, like I said earlier, we opened up in 2005 in Phoenix, and that didn't go as we expected. And so we saw an opportunity in Surprise, and it was a newer city, and it was a small city, so we can grow, with the city. So when we first opened up, we were to the left of Sprouts in the back. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Sprouts, to the back left next to AT&T, and then as I think, what was it, like 7 years later, we were growing with Surprise, and we had the ability to move to the front of the center, to the right of Sprouts now. And so it was just incredible as Surprise has grown. Thank God.
And it's a bigger space too, Daniel.
It's about double the space. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
As Surprise grew, we were able to grow. And honestly, I think one of the things was that we were just super excited to be one of the first jeweler in Surprise, a title we will have forever. So that was a big thing. That was a big thing, to be honest.
Excellent. Karin, how about you? Why did you choose Surprise besides teaching and living here?
Well, that was it. I knew that the individuals I wanted to hire were going to be my graduated students who were all in Surprise. So that was my main focus, was giving the students that I had that were in their mid-20s and hadn't worked, didn't have any opportunities. I felt like I needed to give them a job, and it needed to be close to home. I love Surprise, and I'm very involved in the city and the community, and it was just like a natural progression. I'm actually hoping to open a second location in Surprise at some point.
Oh, good.
I know. We're growing, and that's our wish for this next year or the year after that, is to do it again. We can only facilitate and hold so many in one little shop. So yeah, we love Surprise.
Right. Good. Great, Karin. So Ben and Maria, how about you guys? Why did you choose Surprise?
Well, ours was mostly demographic considerations. This was the perfect location for us. Breast cancer, which this was started around, although it does affect everybody, it is still predominantly a after 55 phenomenon.
Yes.
So
right.
We have a large community out in this area, as well as the fact that Del Webb Hospital is not too far right across the street from us, and the Women's Health Center, and all of the great physicians that help support that system, and they all help refer to us, and it was a perfect location. So we picked up.
That's great. I was a customer of yours in 2008. Did you know that, Ben?
In 2008. So you were probably one of the first.
Yeah, my wife had cancer, so I lost her in 2009. But I came to you guys, and you guys had a fabulous wig for her. It was just great.
Everyone has such great stories around here.
Oh, it's great, really great. The next question is, how do you connect with the Surprise community? And please feel free to use examples or any experiences you've had with our amazing residents. Let's start with Victoria.
How do we connect with Surprise? Well, we're right in the midst of everything that's going on in Surprise. We deliver to not only Surprise, but Sun City West. We also employ people from Surprise. The kids that are graduating high school, a lot of them apply to the flower shop. So we get to engage with not only them, but the college students at the Ottawa University. A lot of them apply.
Oh, okay.
So, it's that one-on-one engagement with the community. And during COVID, it presented a lot of challenges regarding delivering to the residents here in Surprise. A lot of people were suffering from severe isolation.
Oh, yeah.
It really was going, it was kind of tough for a lot of seniors out here. And not to mention some families that are missing their loved ones and their friends. So delivering, flowers and gifts to the community was some of the most inspirational things that we encountered. We cried together. We laughed together. It's just amazing how you can touch someone with flowers and brighten their day. So, it's a blessing to be here in the city of Surprise. The demographics here is fantastic. Again, we are also experiencing the growth right now. After 5 years, we're looking to expand our location here in the shopping center as well. So it's been fantastic. We absolutely love the employees and the community that we engage with on a daily basis.
Great. Thank you, Victoria.
You're welcome.
How about you, Daniel? How do you connect?
Like I said earlier, you'll literally find every one of the family members works for the business. My dad's the goldsmith. My mom's the bookkeeper / anything that needs to get done. She's not here as often anymore, though. My brother's actually learning to take over my dad's responsibilities eventually when he retires. My sister is involved with the social media. She's a stay-at-home mom, so she stays with her baby and does social media at home. And I manage the store. So since we're truly a family business, we want our customers, our guests, to feel like family. And we're Christian, so we keep a Bible open at our counter. So people come in, and sometimes they'll come in and say, "Hey, I just got diagnosed with cancer. Will you pray with me?" So we'll pray with them, sit with them, just be with them. We'll have people that'll come in that are just friends that we've known over the years. They'll say, come, I just was stopping by, wanted to say hi and ask me if I graduated college yet, which has been like almost 10 years. Or the one that they always get me is, are you married yet? Why aren't you married yet?
Yeah.
I get that all the time. But so we want our customers to feel like family. And we're Hispanic, right? We're loud and people come in and, we want them to feel that warmness, and that's part of how we connect with people. So.
Excellent. Karin, how about yourself? How do you connect with the community?
Well, I'm involved with the high school still. I also volunteer and was on staff with Young Life. So a lot of youth connections and their families. I stayed in close contact with my special education students' families long after high school. In fact, tonight we have an ice cream social at the shop for the special needs version of Young Life, which is called Capernaum. Just always staying connected in various realms. And then at the shop, it's just really been a hub for people to come in, and our staff is unbelievably warm, and it's almost contagious. The joy is contagious, and we've been able to partner with different events in the city, and just bring our coffee or bring our energy. It's just been really, really fun. We've been blessed. We love.
Yeah, Karin, didn't you cater the pastor's breakfast?
We did. We did.
You catered the pastor's breakfast.
Yes.
We had at the stadium. That was fabulous.
Yes, and I've had speaking engagements at Ottawa University and different places in the community, and I think I'll have one at Dysart probably this summer. But just staying connected and bringing awareness to that. Individuals with disabilities want the same things that everybody else does. So it's working. It is working. It's caught on. It's amazing.
That's great. So Ben and Marina, how do you guys connect with the community?
Well, we connect with the community on a different level, but I think the most important part that we play, we take a journey with the cancer patients I'm a mastectomy fitter, and I am the first person, of course, after the doctor, who sees the women after they get the breast removed. So it's a very vulnerable and a very emotional moment, and not always easy for women to kind of like, because I have to measure, I have to see their bodies. And I think that connection goes a long way, because we've been told numerous times how comfortable they feel, and they walk out here feeling whole. And then we help them with the wigs and mastectomy, bras and prosthetics, wigs, and all the beauty needs. And believe it or not, they literally walk out here with a new wig or the permanent eyebrows, and they just bring their friends because they just feel so comfortable. And our whole philosophy of the people that work here, we don't want to just be another shop in the area, another wig shop, another mastectomy shop. Well, we cannot be, because there's nothing around, honestly, like us. So, but we want to be them. We want them to be part of a family, and we make them feel like they are family to us, not just another number of the customer. I mean, we have phenomenal staff, and we follow up with everything we do. We call them, we ask them how are they doing. We know when they had a surgery. We know when they have to come in. We like, even they just get sick and miss the appointment, we call and make sure that they're doing okay. And I think that's kind of like goes a long way with the customers.
That's great, Marina. That's
Thank
great.
you.
Well, thank you. I even got a little teary-eyed listening to all you. You're inspiring to me. So thank you for sharing those great stories. I really appreciate you answering all the questions and letting us learn about your surprise businesses. Mike?
Hey, thank you, Mayor. Now we're going to turn the tables a little bit, Mayor. This is an opportunity for each of our business guests to ask you some questions, not only about the community, but about the good work that you're doing. Victoria?
Sure. How did your career before public services prepare you to be on the city council and ultimately the mayor of the city of Surprise?
Well, thank you for that question, Victoria. My background was in hotel, restaurants, and home building. And all three of those areas require customer service to the max. And so you got to anticipate and deliver what the customer wants, and then follow up to make sure you did it right, and if there needs to be any adjustments. So that's part of my DNA. And so when I decided to get into public service, I realized that that's really, we as a city are a service organization. That's what we do. We serve our residents. We serve you as businesses. We serve the visitors that come and visit Surprise, like in spring training, for example. So that just follows with where my heart is. And and I had a little bit of financial background too, so I wasn't intimidated by the budgeting and all that. So that helped. So and I've got some amazing colleagues on the city council that help me, and a great staff here. So, that combination a lot of times makes me look good, and I'm really not that good, believe me. But I give it all I got, and my heart's in the right place. And it's not about me; it's about you guys, and it's about the residents of Surprise and what we're doing for them to deliver service. And that was my background, so it fit. Okay, Victoria.
Hey, Daniel, do you have a question for the mayor?
Yeah, so it seems like Surprise is experiencing a tremendous amount of growth. I was just curious, how is the city planning for the future of Surprise?
Well, our city council is united in supporting small business. We as a council, that's one thing. But we also incorporate our vision, and our priorities are: 1, water resource management; 2, public safety; and 3, the transportation network throughout the city. Those are 3 areas that we spend a lot of time working on to facilitate growth, to make sure that we don't outgrow what we can serve. Okay, from police response times to fire response times to backup and traffic, and we're a growth city, so there's going to be some times where we have a little hiccup, and the growth outstrips the transportation, but we react to it as fast as we can. Waddell Road and Greenway Road is an example, or Litchfield Road, which we're just working on Greenway right now. But those were pinch points as far as transportation. And we as a council, we follow our response times and our fire time, the police and fire. We get reports on them weekly in terms of our response times, how we're responding to either health issues through our fire department or through crime or whatever through our police department. And so we stay on top of it because that's why you live here. You want to live in a city that's clean, safe, and friendly. And that's kind of our mantra, clean, safe, and friendly. And so that's, does that answer it for you, Daniel?
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate it.
Okay. All right, buddy.
I think clean, safe, and friendly is a great example of Spencer's Place as well. So, Karin,
Yes,
you've known the mayor for a couple of years. Do you have any questions that he can respond to for you?
Well, yes. As you know, our mission is to employ individuals with developmental and intellectual disabilities, primarily adults, young adults, and giving them the opportunity to have a real world experience and confidence and to empower them. Can you share your emphasis providing more family-oriented activities for young people to have options in Surprise?
that's a great question, Karin. And that's one of the things we're really working on. We just so you know, we have 5,500 kids under the age 6 in Surprise. 5,500. Okay, so, and we have a lot of teenagers. We're not a retirement community anymore. We're a family community. We have a retirement portion of our city, but our city has really changed demographically over the last 10 years to more about families. And with that comes supplying opportunities, just like you do for your kids there in Spencer's Place, Karin. We're looking at how we can fulfill youth opportunities, not only for the kids under 12, which I think we do a pretty good job with our Parks and Rec department in that regard, but the teenagers. We need more for teens to do, and we're working on it. And our economic development department with Mike and Heather and Janine, we're working on a family entertainment center, which looks like I hope it's going to come together. We'll see. But that could really be great for our teenage kids and families and options, right, Mike? And so that's a huge thing. And so yes, we're working on it. And thank you for that question, because the youth in our city is very, very important to give them options of things to do rather than playing video games at home all the time. Right?
Amen to that. Oh yes.
So we're gonna round out the question portion for the mayor with Ben and Marina. Feel free to ask the mayor a question.
Okay, so Mayor Hall, when the COVID pandemic hit, the city of Surprise did an absolute wonderful job at helping small business survive. And we were wondering how you feel it's the best way for small business to give back to help improve our city.
That's great you asked that, Ben. I thank you for those kind words. We're really proud of our economic development department because they really stepped up during COVID. And so thank you for that. And you guys are already doing great work in our city. I appreciate what the small businesses have done for our community in terms of offering our residents jobs and amenities. It's just great. And you guys got such great stories. I think there could be an opportunity that businesses could give back in a way of having internships or work opportunities for our young people here in Surprise. And I'm not sure that, that takes time. And I think the city and other community groups could help with that goal. But I would like to see businesses do more of that, to get our young people involved in businesses through an internship, some kind of work opportunity. So that's what I see, Ben.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Victoria, Daniel, Karin, Ben, and Marina, your stories are not only inspiring, but they're actually really exciting because Surprise is such a young and vibrant community. And I think that really comes through in this conversation. I've been with the city for 13 years. I've been honored to work with businesses like yours, and I'm really looking forward to the growth that the city's seen, but more importantly, for us becoming closer and really finding opportunities where we can advance shared initiatives together. So, Mayor, would you like to close out for us?
Oh, you betcha. Thank you very much to all of you for sharing your stories and asking those great questions. And if you ever need any assistance with your business, our economic development department is there for you. We want to make sure you succeed, that you get questions answered. Any way we can help you, let us know, okay? And check out our website at surpriseaz.gov, and then you can click on the economic development department, and that'll get right to it. So I really enjoyed today and watching you and listening to you, and I hope you've done the same, and I hope you've learned some things, and I hope to see you in the future real soon. Thank you. Bye.